All right, good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the delay. I'm Awosika Ayodeji from Nigeria. I'll be talking about leveraging the African population to grow the Ethereum developer ecosystem. I would do a little bit of background so that we don't bore ourselves with a lot of slides. So after DEFCON 5 in October, Joe shared a tweet I saw talking about 1 million developers for Ethereum in 2020. And going through the comments, I saw a lot of negativity and all. But while reading through the comments, it just dawned on me that, okay, we have lower Ethereum population in Nigeria. In Africa, the number of developers we have are not so much. And we have a very scanty community too. So I made a comment that we can leverage the population and intellect of Africa to grow this number. And the guys over at Ethereum the network, they reached out and like, do you have a proposal? And like, okay, we can come up with a proposal, and we did. And right there and there, we came up with a pilot program. I saw this, I discovered that the development community in Africa is actually growing by the day, but a number of them are Web 2 guys. So the target is bring those Web 2 guys into Web 3. So we came up with, the major challenges in Africa that we discovered is that we have so many solutions that needs to go to Africa, but blockchain needs to help a lot of things. There are so many solutions for blockchain in Africa, so many problems in the government system, the politics, the private businesses, and our daily living, but we don't have people to make this work. We have very limited developers to do this. And in a population of 1.3 billion, and we have less than 1,000, 2,000 blockchain developers, I don't see how they are going to work. So that is why we decided to do this. So we had, in October, after discussing with the Ethereum the network guys, we came up with a pilot program where the whole aim is have 500 blockchain developers for Ethereum. And it was actually a very good experience. We had 227 persons registered. Half of them were developers, half of them were not developers. So bringing these two together to the training, we had remote training. I think our first mentor that volunteered was Felipe. He did actually a good job at the time. And we had 4 developers outside Nigeria. We had 4 developers within Nigeria. So it was a very good remote class. At the end of the day, when we started the classes, we discovered that those guys that were not developers, a number of them could not follow through. Immediately we finished blockchain fundamentals, then we started diving into the codes. A number of them actually fell off. Then the rest guys that stayed in the program couldn't finish because of factors like internet and quite a number of factors. So we were able to have 70 of them pass through. Out of these 70, 24 of them joined the last phase of the program to do the assignments. The assignment we did there was, okay, we broke them into groups for them to have a certificate DApp. The whole idea of the certificate DApp is this. In Africa, there is this so much value placed on certifications. So you are trained. So the idea is build the DApp. The DApp will be issued for the guys that were trained on the pilot program. Then we use the same certificate to issue for guys that are on the new phase of the program. Then discussing with the 1 million dev guys, was like, okay, we will have so many people training within the 1 million dev shelf life. So we are going to issue the same certificate for whoever is interested to do this. So that was a task. And at the moment, the certificate is going through code review. The team finished it last week. So we want to see which of them actually did a very good job. Then we'll use that to launch the DApp. So after the pilot program, we have this discovery. We discovered that we can do better on this program if we change the registration mode. Now, we understand that for the online classes, the non-devs didn't do well. So to register and join this phase, you must be a developer, no matter CSS, HTML, JavaScript. But we placed some emphasis on some key codes so that we can have them move after being trained, can move forward. Then participant selection curriculum redesign. The curriculum we had before was focused on merging both the front end and the back end together under 16 weeks. So it was hard. At the end of the day, we discovered that we had more back end guys than front end guys. So now we are separating the two. We're going to be having guys that are going to be doing core front end, then guys are going to be doing core back end for 16 weeks. So at the end of the time, we can actually review and be sure, okay, in this time we have trained X number of front end guys, X number of back end guys. Then we discovered that from talks within the mentors, within the program, and discussing with Simona, we discovered that we need to add bounty to tasks, whereby after finishing some tasks, you have X amount of reward to propel you to do better. So that's part of the thing we set in. Then mentor selection. Out of the 8 mentors we had, a number of them didn't do so well because of quite a number of factors. So we are extending our mentor selection. This time around, we are opening that for each module, we want to have 2 mentors, so that if one person is taking this class today, and based on time zones, if considering that all of them might not be in Nigeria, we might have some of them outside Nigeria. So we want to have 2 persons. So this particular module, we can have it thoroughly dealt with. So we work on mentor selection and tasks and assignment. We have each module. Then this time around, we want to be sure if you didn't finish the assignment on module 1, we'll give you some moment of grace to finish up and join in. Not that you didn't finish this one, now join this one. I want to be sure for each module you have exhausted it, you have learned enough to be able to move you to the next phase. Then this time around, we are on the first phase, we didn't have so much of, because of the time involved, we couldn't come up with good number of team members to help. So this time we have product manager join us so that we can, project manager, blockchain engineers join the team to be sure that we have good eyes working together to make sure that we do a thorough job in building this number of developers. Then at the end of what we have planned for this is immediately we start the class. We are already discussing now to be sure that if we have, as of today, we have 127 people on the online registration. And the idea is we break them into groups. And from the beginning of the class, I want to show at the end of the program, each team should be able to build this. So all tasks and assignments for each group will be factored in what they are doing at the. So at the end of 16 weeks, we want to have, if we have 10 groups, 20 groups, we want to show we have 20 stuffs being designed. I say, okay, and these designs are going to be working with your local environment. The whole idea of doing this is a number of products we have in the Ethereum ecosystem might not work well where I stay in Nigeria. But as a Nigerian, I can tell, okay, this will work in my own environment. I was discussing with somebody, we have 54 countries in Africa, and each country have what is peculiar to them. Even in Nigeria alone, we have 6 geopolitical zones. Each zone have what is peculiar to them. So if I stay in Lagos, for instance, I'll most likely be developing something that works well in Lagos. So that's the whole idea of what we are trying to do. Then we post-African region. So we discovered that what we did in the first place, in the first pilot program, was actually for Nigerians. But during the time we had so much interest from other parts of Africa. Presently now we have 7 persons who are registered from Kenya, that's in East Africa. Then while discussing with our partners, we had local partners, blockchain, cryptographic development initiative in Nigeria, and we had Crivetal. Those guys did a lot of work with the website we have. And while we're doing this, we had interest from other parts of Africa. So we collaborated with a team in Kenya. The whole collaboration is that what we are doing in Nigeria, they are looking to replicate in East Africa. So we are going to be we don't have to have another effort building. So why not partner together to make sure that we have done this in Nigeria and it's working well? We move the same thing to them. Okay, so these are our targets for Africa, and we're sure we can do this and do more. I would like to talk about one of the things we discovered during the pilot phase is that a number of guys are not able to learn remotely because of several factors. So we came up with the on-site training program. And we can't just walk to hubs and all to say what. So we were able to, for now, as of while I left Nigeria, we have 3 universities who are willing to partner with us. The whole idea is that we are going to those universities. They provide the facilities, we provide the facilitators. So we train within the school. The whole idea is, if we want to achieve blockchain adoption in Nigeria, it's easier for us to say, okay, we have trained X number of guys in this university, then look within the university, come up with a solution. Now, it's as soon as the solution starts gaining awareness within the school, it's easier for the same solution to transmit into the local communities of the university. So that's part of what we are looking to do. So this is where we stop. At the moment, we are in need of more mentors for the program because we are stretching out of what we had. We have 8 modules on the front end, 8 modules on the back end, and we need about 16 mentors on each. So we need more mentors to help achieve this. And on a personal note, I discovered that it's easier for somebody else, that are senior developers, to get more bounties from Gitcoin and all. But for developers that are just starting up, a number of them have gotten few bounties. But one of the things I see in other communities that we don't really have for now is that they network with themselves. We have so many projects within the Ethereum ecosystem, so we need internship for some of these guys. It might be paid, it might not be paid. The whole idea is that we have trained them to motivate them better, get them on your team and have them learn more, contribute more, then it makes them do more for the community too. And there was something we introduced during the pilot program that really helped. The whole idea of the personality lineup is that I am not new in the Ethereum ecosystem, although I'm still growing, but a number of guys that came in are completely new. Some of them does not even know about Ethereum at all. But having them speak with, I think we had Thomas from Consensus Academy. He came to speak with them. We had quite a number of guys coming per week to, talk about their own story, how they got into the space, what they have done, what they are doing, and the potentials in the space. So I believe is one of the ways to motivate people. Thanks to Simona, she agreed to do the opening for us this time around. So I believe having her talk about Web 2, Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, our stories so far, stories around how people can move and earn in the space can motivate people to actually get serious. And on the last point, all these things cannot happen without a whole lot of fun. We need this. Thank you very much. Question?
Hi, how much funds do you need, Ayodeji?
Okay, on the rough estimate, what we have is between $30,000 to $40,000 on the rough estimate to achieve both the online and the on-site, because we are going to be doing more work on the on-site effort this time. We are hoping in Nigeria we can have between 10 to 20 universities. We have, about 777 universities in Nigeria, private and public alike. Thank you.
Do you have any insight into what the Nigerian government's response to these developments might be, as well as elsewhere in Africa? Do you think that developers such as yourself will be perceived favorably? And if so, is there support that the government can provide? And if not, why not? I know that's a lot of questions, but
okay, let's break it down like this. One of the problem with Nigerian government and governments in Africa with blockchain is cryptocurrency. They don't want you to come close to it. On reception for blockchain itself is still very, very low, although the local communities are trying to see how best you can do this, but the gap between the private guys and the government is still a little bit wide. But I'm sure we are bridging gradually.
For the mentors you mentioned, can you elaborate a bit more what they did during the program and what when you're looking for new ones, what should they able to provide?
All right, thank you. During the pilot program, which is our case study, one of the reasons why we did the pilot was for us to better understand what we are doing and to see how we review better. So during the pilot program, we had classes majorly at night. GMT +1 between 7 to 9. So the whole idea is 3 times in a week, you come into a live class to talk about your topic. But before the class, each mentor will have dropped their material ahead of time to have everybody study and get familiar with it. So that is what we did. But what we are working to do better now is that all the videos, all the materials are going to put it in a Google Drive for each of the classes. So we use Slack for the other time, but a number of them got mixed up somewhere. So this time we're going to be having them organized. That's why I was talking about team formation. We have each person, each team guys doing this. It's not just me, myself, Clement, and 2 other guys, but now we have a whole lot of team to ensure we do this. Thank you very much. Please.
Are you also considering on the blockchain?
Okay. I was discussing with my friend, Clement from Crevator, and I told him this initiative will actually go out of Ethereum at some point. But at the moment, the drive is to achieve 1 million dev. Then we'll do a review. One of the good things I've learned is that when you take a step, at each interval, you do a review of it. So at the moment, we are working with the 1 million dev vision at the moment. At the moment. So we are open to it, but we don't want to say we are jumping into it until we are sure of what we have achieved with this. Thank you very much. Any other question? Please ask. Okay.
So I have one question. So basically, we know that there's more and more African offshore devs that are doing a lot of stuff like in agencies, etc. We see that a lot in London. So why not partnering with them so that, you know, you just offer like extending classes for Ethereum or any blockchain languages, and then they can offer you, I don't know, like a facility and onboard more developers. Rather than working only with universities, you can work with those people. I don't know. It's just a suggestion.
All right, no problem. That will be considered. I think he wants to ask a question.
I guess I'm just curious, like, what are the profiles of the people generally when they come into the program? Are they familiar with programming or software engineering or systems in general already, or is that also part of the curriculum?
Okay, let's use the profile of the guys in the pilots program, for example. I think the phase we have now, we have guys that have actually done a lot of stuff, but for the pilot projects we had, a number of them were just very new to even development itself. I think 3 months, 6 months background in CSS, HTML, and so far they are able to pass through this phase to grow themselves. So, any more questions, please? Ask that question to help us get better. Oh, want to ask?
Anybody?
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just one question. Because you talked a lot about Nigeria, that you do the program in Nigeria. What other countries in Africa do you see where's the most talent, or where are the most profiles coming from?
Where
the most people are coming from?
Okay. From interaction and research, Morocco is doing a lot better. I think there is a statistic here from GitHub. Okay. So this is from GitHub 2018. We have Morocco, Kenya, Egypt, South Africa. I was looking for the more recent report, but this is what I could get out of it. Okay, please. Hope this answers your question, please. All right, thank you.
But like as part of the 1 million dev Ethereum developers, what would you like need from them or like from Consensus, like or Joe Lubin's like initiative in general? Like how could they, for example, help you? Like except funds maybe, but like materials or like whatever is needed for like continuing.
Okay. All right. The pilot program have helped us to, thanks to Felipe, create a very strong network with Thomas from Consensus Academy. And they give, during the time, they give some percentage on guys that are interested in doing 1 or 2 from courses from Consensus. So having more materials is good. Apart from the curriculum materials, we need more materials for people to self-study. Somebody today under my tweet actually posted the material, and one of the guys in the pilot phase picked it up and said, oh, this is a good content. There is no way, going through university, for example, a number of us didn't learn using the class content alone. There are so many materials on the side that you have to pick up and learn, pick up. So we are open to have that, the videos, the classes from Consensus and the likes of them to help grow on that front. Yeah.
So,
You want to ask questions too?
so well,
Oh, great.
it's finished. So, but it was very interesting, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody.